Hey guys, so it's been a while since I vlogged, and I thought that I would like to talk to you guys about something that's a little bit more serious, and it's like an update on my life, and it's good for me to watch back as well. So it's just a little bit of brief of what we're going to talk about today. Is that for those who's going through like major life decision making choices, such as like when you graduated from poly or JC and you don't know what you need to go to, especially if you can't get into local U. I'm talking about like top business courses, banking courses, etc. This is an experience that I've gone through myself. Just a little bit a summary of what I'm doing now. I've just finished my exams at University of London SIM, and I managed to land a job before I graduate in a bank, and I've been working for close to 2 months now, and I'm truly blessed with this opportunity. It's not easy to come by, and I truly am very proud of myself for this achievement, and I thought I would share with you guys the struggles I went through, the hard work that I've put in through my university journey in UOL. And for those who's interested in taking up this school or for enrolling to UOL, I took banking finance. So this video might be a very relevant video to what you will need to do research on, because I did my research too when I was in UOL. I searched things through the forum, like, oh, what's the pay going to be like? Is it lower than local grads, or is it a good university compared to RMIT? Is it worth the time and money, etc, etc? And this video will answer all your questions. So 3 years, I think it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So basically I couldn't get into a local U, even though my GPA was not that bad, and so I decided to enroll into University of London because I really wanted to take a banking finance degree. And so I enrolled, and then I took on the bridging course, which is actually a 2-month course, intense course that gives you the opportunity to take 2 modules, math and economics, and then you will get exemption for those major exams. So you will actually just study for 2 years, and that's it. And also, because I was from Ngee Poly Business Studies, I had several exemptions as well. So I only had to study 2 years, 9 modules. First year would be 5 modules, second year 4 modules. And so, one word of advice: do not take bridging courses, although as tempting as it sounds, unless you are truly confident that you will pass every single exam in UOL. And that's something that's of a highly difficult, it's pretty difficult, I would say. In UOL, the exams are not easy. It's the exact same exam as the one in UOL in London. So the degree is of somewhat of a certain standard. So for those who always think that, oh, SIM is just SIM, no, it's different school, different expectations, and so forth. So I took bridging, and it was great. I passed also. I was exempted the modules, and I only took 2 years for my UOL banking finance degree. So it was all going great, and the first year I had to take 5 modules without knowing what was going on, what type of exam structure they had, and I thought all was great. I worked really hard, and as people who know me, I'm a very studious person. I work very hard. I studied for my exams on the first day of school. I did not take on any jobs while I was working, which many of my friends did. They have study, have work, which caused a lot of, I would say, their grades to suffer. So I did not do that, and I thought I was great. But when I got back my first year results, it was a disappointment, because I failed my macroeconomics. I failed 1 module, and that cost me the consequences of failing one module is that because I took bridging and UOL only allows you to take 5 modules maximum a year. So as I was saying, I failed one module, so it exceeds the limit for 1 year modules I could take. So this meant I had to extend to 3 years just to take that extra module. And I remember how depressed I was and so upset. I cried for days. I was like, no, why did I get such a grade? I worked so hard. Economics, macroeconomics is so difficult. I blame it on the teachers. I was like writing feedbacks on how bad the teachers were. And then, I mean, we all had to get over it. And I selected my year 2 modules. And I opted for self-study for my macroeconomics because I would actually only have to pay half the price of the module, and I didn't want my parents to spend so much money, which they already did. And so I self-studied that module for entire people. I just suck it up. I mean, like, people have been telling me things like, oh, you failed one module, you have to take 1 more year. What? You? Like, I lived with that for a year. I mean, I got over it. I was like confident on myself that I would pass this time around. I worked extremely hard without any guidance from any lecturer because of our self-module, research, revise, all by myself. UOL is not easy. It's a course or school that you definitely have to have strong self-discipline. If you don't study, you can't make it. That's all I'm gonna say. If you half study, half work, and you focus a lot on your work, you don't go for lectures, you'll definitely suffer. And don't blame other people or don't blame yourself. I mean, like, if you didn't get good grades, because in UOL, I can tell you, after I took the first year, it is possible to get good grades. It's possible to get a good honors if you study hard and you know exactly what the examiners want, what's the exam structure like. Because we have 100% examination for structure, so it's very important that we do well for exams. And it's also accumulative if you were to take on honors as well. So for the second year, I had 4 modules, so it's not that tough because I was able to spread out my modules. And so I studied 4 modules and it was alright, I would say, but I was not very confident of my macro when I finished it. I thought it was pretty easy, which was a bit weird because nobody thinks macro is easy at all ever. So I thought maybe I did something wrong, so I just waited for my results and I got a part-time job. Second year, I would say I did pretty good. I was actually a little bit surprised that I would actually score such good grades. It gave me the opportunity to actually aim for a second upper class honors. My macro, through self-study, despite what people say about me, I managed to score 63, which I thought was pretty good. It was close to an A, so I thought, based on my hard work, I was so proud of myself. I mean, everyone around me was so proud of me and I felt so happy. And from then on, for my final year, when I chose only 3 modules, because as I said, I spread out my modules, so my final year I had 3 modules and it was so good. Like, it was a breeze, and I managed to even work part-time for some of the days because I only study 2 days out of the entire week and I have a lot of time to revise. And this gave me the opportunity as well to search for jobs because I was graduating soon, and I thought, well, the economy is so bad. People say that you need at least 6 months to get a job in Singapore because of the bad economy. And I was like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna look for jobs 6 months in advance. So I did that. I was a little bit crazy. Like, people would be like, oh, do you search for jobs so early? And I went to so many interviews, I would tell you. It was a good experience. I sent in 50 over resumes, hundreds, a lot of rejections, that's what I'm going to tell you. But as a student of UOL, I felt like I had a certain standard, even though everyone looked down on SIM. I mean, like, compared to local U, obviously. But one thing I would tell you is that don't give up. If you work hard, you're able to prove yourself well from your working experience, if you have any, which is very important in conjunction to your degree as well. you can do it as well. There's no segregation in terms of education, I would say, when it comes to universities. Individually, I would say, even if you come from Kaplan, MDIS, SIM, you could get good paying job, you could get a better paying job than a local uni graduate, even so. And I'm serious, I know people who are local U's and from SIM students actually, same job scope, earn more than local U's. It's possible. Don't always just look at forums and think that that is the truth of life itself. It is not. Work hard and you are able to get to where you are. You want to work in a bank, get experience, internship. You want to work anywhere else, just work hard. And degree is important. And those people that say that degree is not important, experience in job is more important than that, you're wrong in a certain extent, because degree itself is important. I finished my final year exam this year. I'm waiting for my results in August. All I can tell you is that I'm pretty confident of what I will be getting, but I'm not overconfident, because UOL, you never know with the results. It depends on your luck on a certain level and on the examiner, the grader as well. So I would say I will not fail, definitely. I think I will give you guys an update, but I hope to at least secure a second upper class honors or first class honors, because the company, the bank that I work at, those people who say that honors and degree is not important, it is, because you're able to negotiate your wage based on your honors. And they told me if I get a second upper class honors, they will increase my pay. It's so good. Like, for once you actually thought, oh my god, UOL degree, thank you. Like, you thank your degree, thank your school, because all your hard work is actually important, and employers can see that. They can see that through the experience you have and the degree that you're taking. And the funny thing is, when you go anywhere, any employer that you go to, anyone that you go to, when you say that you're studying at UOL, they'll be like, you're studying UOL? Wow, that's like very difficult school to go to. I heard that it is 100% base exam. It is actually generalized that people know that UOL is a difficult degree. Even the employees, they themselves know that. So it's a good point. If you're comparing, I mean, RMIT, UOL, in that sense, UOL has a better standard in the eyes of employers in terms of SIM, because I know that my friends on UOL get a job already as compared to those in RMIT. I mean, I do not generalize everything, but this is what I see in working world. And as for the pay wise, I would say it depends individually, different context, different company. And I would say that it's not necessarily all local uni grads earn more than private uni or SIM students. No, definitely not, because I know people with the exact same job scope. People, and by people I mean me. I have the same job scope as someone from a different company, local USM, NT and US. I actually earn a higher pay than them for the gym, same job scope and fresh grad. So I was a bit shocked, and I was very, very blessed as well. And if you were to think that, oh, maybe I got connections or this, no, I'm not from a rich family. I do not have connections like my dad just put me in a certain bank and sit in that position. I admire those people. They're so lucky, but I work very hard. I told you I sent 50 to 100 resumes. It is the truth of someone with no connections. You have to work extremely or doubly hard as those who have the connections, have the ability to do so. But it's possible to get a job through online portals, job streets. It's possible. Don't give up. I cried so much when I get rejected for jobs. It's just part of life. I can tell you that UOL degree will not shortchange you if you work hard. It's a degree that is worth the time and effort, and it will get you to somewhere good if you were to really, really just put your heart into it, study hard. So for those who are interested in joining UOL, I would say go for it if you have the ability to. Do not. Also, for those who overestimate themselves, people who drop out as well. They think they do very well, they're so smart, so proud of themselves, but they drop out and they work or they change to other schools, RMIT, Kaplan, so forth, because it's easier, because it's project based. Different difficulties, but project is usually easier to pass compared to 100% exam, I would say. But So this is just it's all dependent on yourself. And right now where I am, I'm just waiting for my results and hope for the best. And for those who are struggling in UOL, do it your best. Do not blame it on the lecturer. I mean, sometimes yes, the lecturers are not the best, but work hard yourself, do your own research, make your own notes, and really just start studying as early as possible. Do not wait for the last minute to study, because 100% base exam is no joke. It is tough. For those people who are not in our shoes, they do not know how hard it is like, even though we're from SIM. We are very underrated, yes, but individually we are not. If you possess the ability to do as well as any other students, you are great yourself too. So don't give up. I hope you're cut off, but I was saying just focus on yourself right now, as you know we're all at the age of uncertainty. Like, just explore your potential. Sorry I got cut off, but my battery went out. Just want to say that all the best to you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video and it was useful, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.